Darren Till versus Robert Whittaker is officially confirmed to headline UFC Dublin on August 15.
The reason Robert Whittaker is not fighting in this fight is one of the most unselfish things I've ever seen in my life. He's a good man. He's a good human being, and I have a lot of respect for him. And good luck to him and what he's dealing with right now. And I can't put into words and articulate how I feel about Robert Whittaker. He's the real deal, man.
Edson Barboza versus Josh Emmett has also been added to UFC Oklahoma City on May 2nd. This will mark the featherweight debut for the former lightweight contender Barboza. The card is currently headlined by Weidman versus Hermanson. Tyron Woodley has a bone to pick with Joe Rogan's commentating for Adesanya versus Romero, calling out his hypocrisy for failing to criticize Adesanya's inactivity the same way Woodley has been for his fights. Commenting under Hawani's post, he said, "Funny how no one got into Rogan's earpiece and let him know he broke the record for the least amount of strikes thrown in a title fight. No shitting on the prima donna. Just excuses and exceptions. How convenient." Woodley held the previous record for the least amount of strikes thrown in a UFC title fight against Damian Maia, where he as a champion caught a lot of criticism for his safe approach and lack of strikes thrown. Tyron Woodley is scheduled for 5 rounds against Leon Edwards at UFC London on March 21st.
But as the fight progressed, it was getting more and more frustrating. I understand that you have to, you want to win. Above everything else, winning is paramount, especially if you're Adesanya and you're the champ, right? If you've got that belt that you've just got, right, you want to hang on to it. You want to be the champion. You want to build your legacy. You want to make as much money as possible. So you got to win above everything else, right? So I understand the movement. I understand the backing up. I understand the circling, which is what he did for the most part. Now, it is smart to do that because his legs are longer than Romero. So Adesanya can kick Romero at a place where Romero can't punch him, right? The legs are way longer. So for the most part, using a lot of teeps, a lot of push kicks, a lot of low kicks as well. We saw the state of Romero's leg. He did a good job busting it up. But he was moving back the whole time, and he was circling. He'd back up to the fence. He would circle. He'd circle to the middle of the fence. Then he would back up again and then circle and rinse and repeat. And it did get a little frustrating as a fan. I understand why Izzy did that. Of course I do. I understand what he's doing, but it does make it frustrating. And, I don't want to, as I say, a win's a win over a very, very tough opponent. But it wasn't the most exciting fight. It wasn't the most spectacular performance. I don't think he won any new fans with that fight, but he did win, and he is still the champion. However, I will say this. At a certain point, you have to make the sacrifice of realizing that you're in a fight and take risks, right? There's a reason why we get paid so much money, because it's an unsafe thing to do. Dancing around and picking them off with just a little push kick, a little slap to the thigh here and there is not going to make you a legend. It is not going to make you tons of money. And it is not what people have paid to see, right? I paid my $65. I wanted to see a fight. It was fascinating at the start, but I thought they were going to warm into it. Adesanya, I get it. It was a hard fought victory, but at some point you got to say, well, fuck it. I'm in a fight and I got to take chances here and there. Listen, he won. Good for him. Congratulations. And I'm looking forward to the next fight. It was a little too safe for my liking, but still, a win is a win.